Hey y'all, it's me, Aura. I want to take a look at what's on your mind. Dealing with the element of air, dealing with communication, thought patterns, thought forms. Patterns, listening, hearing, reading, writing, things to do with communication. Nonverbal. It's not specific to air signs, so feel free to watch what's in your cup, what that spirit do, and the coin toss. All right. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? Work. Fucking work. Okay. Okay. Card at the bottom of the deck is the World. So this Saturn energy. Capricorn full moon is coming up soon. Eclipse season here. Now, what's on your mind? Got the Eight of Pentacles with work. Oh, I fucking love these cards. This is my La Porta Celeste deck. It's in Italian. I just love it. I just love it. It's got my middle name in it and shit. Yeah. The Five of Cups in Heritage. Feeling exiled. At a disadvantage. Like, fuck. Oh, well, you got Four of Pentacles that says advantage. Okay. See, the thing is, and this relates to what's in your cup, while that's playing out in the background with the World card, because this came up in the reading, it's linked to this Five of Cups. Oh, fuck. Damn. You know, typical, these cups are spilled. That is bad blood between two people. And in the regular Rider-Waite Smith deck, there is blood in some of those cups, or it could be wine, but it's like blood has been spilled in a situation, or, you know, things have been turned over. There are cups still standing, but it's just not as, it's still a feeling of it's not what it once was. It's not what it once was. God damn. Thank you. So the thing is, at one point, I feel this is so relating to what's in your cup. You were working towards something that, in a way, with this being, you have the Four of Pentacles and you have the Eight of Pentacles. In this regard, this is building for yourself. You have an advantage. You're doing well if you're doing it for yourself. But in this context, that comes before the Five of Cups is that twice the effort was going in. Maybe you were working two jobs, or had twice as much coming in, or plans to make twice the amount needed because it was going to be you and another, or something to that effect. There was a loss. So now you still are in a good position because you have the basis of what you need to for self for survival. So it's almost like I used to do so much. I had so many coins coming in. I was doing this type of work, that type of work. See, this Eight of Pentacles is a very busy card. There's a lot of symbolism. The type of work that's being done is far different than the stability requires. This is, say you are a mechanic, but you work on airplanes. This is that technical, that aerodynamics, that knowledge, that precision, that efficiency that you need for that type of job. This is a little less strenuous. This is changing tires on a Toyota. You don't have to have the requirements aren't as structured or aren't as rigorous or aren't as lengthy. You have the basics at least, but to come from a place where you have this knowledge, where you have this ethic, where you have this type of mind and mindset, go back to the drawing board and figure out you have the basics. Okay, I could do this, I can do that, I can do that. Or now that you're not working two jobs, you have more free time. I can do this, I can do that. Now that you're by yourself, you're no longer, taking care of a child that went off to college, or you don't have to bring in twice as much groceries, twice as much in income to make sure that their needs are straight, or pay is twice as much in a light bill. Now you're just paying for basic accoutrements. And it's like, okay, I don't have to work two jobs now. I can work one and take care of myself. Before I had to work two and work in a highly not graded, highly critiqued environment, or the situation. I had to be very specific, very precise, down to every penny, down to every minute purchase. I had to account for everything. And now, or I had to do everything. I had to, all the chores, all the cooking, getting the kids to school. Spouse needs to be picked up at this time. The car needs to be repaired. I have to pay the insurance. Fuck, what day is it? Oh my God, this is due. That is due. This Eight of Pentacles is a very busy back to back to back to back to back to back, taking out, wake up, like very routine, very meticulous, very this in order, that in order. You're talking to a Virgo. This is the Virgo energy right here. And it's like the Five of Cups is like, we can't do it like that. We can't do it like that. We need to use Capricorn energy. Let it be a little wiser with how we spend ourselves before we end up spent, which is kind of what this is. Working smart and not hard. Hard work is rewarded, but what the mind and the emotions are realizing is when you overwork yourself or you muster up such ethic, energy, and you devote so much time to that work itself, you sometimes lose the pleasure of it. And it's almost like less is more in this particular sense, because you have been dealing with things that have just even in the mind space, The preparation to get ready, to get ready, to get ready, to get ready, to get ready. I need this, I need that, I need that, I need that, I need that. Okay, now I can go to work. It's requiring a lot more of you, just in supplies, just in time and energy, just in completion of a project. It's taking far longer a span of time for one project because there are so many intricate parts that are needed for it. Or in this particular household, the way that you've assumed your role is taking so many. It's just it's so many little things that you are accounting for, and you're losing yourself, wanting to go back to a simpler time. Less is more, and that's kind of what it's coming down to. That something will end because less is more, or that because something ended, you're realizing less is more. And that ending could have been a lease, it could have been a contract at a job, a temp situation, relationships, kids going away, like I said, completion, college, different things like that. Them moving out on their own, and empty with this empty nesters. So it's like you really are valuing now, learning mentally and emotionally the difference between busying yourself because you have to, and busying yourself because you plan to, you want to. It's like this person is more so at an advantage, and that's the name of the card. But when it comes to these two, as far as working towards expansion, this card is it's at a peak. It's at a peak of expertise. It's at a peak of um, maturation, where this person still has so much to learn. It's like starting a new trade, or starting a new type of job, or new field, or new just way of showing up, and way of thinking, a way of looking at everything, and a new perspective when it comes to how you've spent your mental energy, how you spent your time. What the fuck were you thinking? What were you thinking about every minute detail, every single fucking piece of information, when all you needed was 3 sentences to 4 sentences to realize this was for you, or this was not. It aligned or it did not. And it's through this though. It's a mental memory of what this feels like that kind of gives you that wisdom. Um, to keep you from spending 8 weeks, 8 years in a job and know, "Ugh, I can do this, but I really don't want to do this. Let me start somewhere else." Like that is hard for people who are stuck, not stuck, but set in a routine type of life, to think different, you know, to consider there's nothing really wrong with this job. It's just repetition. And this is not, I'm not feeling like I'm really growing much. I'm doing the um, same steps every day. And everything is fucking cookie cutter. You know what I mean? Some people, that's fine. But there's an excitement in change of pace and change of scenery that's on the horizon with this world card. It's like, it's time to explore the options. It's a card of travel. It's a card of expansion too, It's a cycle that's coming to an end, and she's naked. So start brand new. That in the mind, consider what all you have left, what all you actually have left through this experience. You still have your sanity, hopefully. I'm talking to sane people. You still have thoughts or ideas, even if they relate to this. Maybe you're not a mechanic anymore. Maybe you are a journalist about the aerodynamic industry. You know what I mean? You can still take the basics of the information that you know and convey it in a whole nother way where less is more. You have all this information, but it doesn't have to be so intricate like you writing a report at work to tell them every nut and bolt that you changed, everything that you did, every process, the diameters of the bolt, this and that. You could be explaining why or how something works instead of all the bits and pieces and parts of it that make it up. It's just, you have spent a lot of time, a lot of mental energy. I feel stress related energy because I mean, Five of Cups is coming up and it's really feeling like, damn, I should be further than this, or this is not going the way that I'd hoped, or I missed out on a lot of time. I missed out on a lot of this and that, family trips, vacations. Something's got to change. I've been too much in my mind, too heavily focused on this that I cannot enjoy this, which he has community in the background. He has structure in the background. He has, and this is very hollow, actually. He's actually in the workplace by himself. And it's just the thought of, damn, what was it for? Me working two jobs. What was it for if I still lose? What is accumulating all this money for if I can't be the one who travels with my family? They're having memories without me. So, what's on your mind? I'll see you guys in a little bit.